You how to bypass iCloud activation lock on iOS 13.3 and get to the springboard and be able to open apps and use the control center and all sorts of awesome stuff. This is an incredible bypass and I'm super excited to jump right into this tutorial and show you all exactly how it works and how you can do it on your own devices. So the first thing you're going to need to do, as usual, is open up a web browser and head over to appletech752.com. Once you're on my website, you can just click on the downloads page, and I haven't actually uploaded the file yet, but by the time this video is live, you will see a link right here for the iCloud bypass package for 13.3. Once you've downloaded it, go ahead and move it from your downloads folder to your desktop. As you can see, I have it right here. And then go ahead and open it up, put it in this view, and inside you'll find a file called commands, as we're used to with the other bypasses. Go ahead and open this with text edit. And this is basically going to be the instruction manual for this bypass. Unlike the last ones, I actually went through and put instructions into here that you can follow. So in addition to my instructions in this video, you can also read through here and see for yourself exactly what I'm doing. But for this tutorial, I'm just going to be going down the list and doing all the commands and showing you how you can remove iCloud right here from your device. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, as usual, is checkra1n our device. If you don't have checkra1n, then open up this folder inside the package and you can see the installer. Or even better, you can just go to the official checkra1n website, checkra1n, and just like that, you will be able to download checkra1n. Once you have it installed, go ahead and click on it. And as you can see, it says 6S Plus is supported, but 13.3.1 is not. This is because I'm on the latest beta firmware. So what we have to do is simply unplug our device and power it off. Okay, just like that. And then wait a couple seconds, and once it's been powered off, we're going to go ahead and plug it back in and hold the home button. So it's been powered off. So plug it in and hold the home button. And this is going to effectively put it into recovery mode. Just like this, we have the recovery screen, and we're going to get a prompt right away from iTunes saying that our iPhone is in recovery mode. My hotspot just disconnected, so let me reconnect to the internet and I'll be right back. Alright, so I just reconnected to the internet, so I'm going to close iTunes, open it again, and we should see a pop-up saying contacting the server. Yep, here we go. It is in recovery mode, so just cancel that, quit iTunes, and now we're in checkra1n again, and we should see that it's in recovery mode, and we can just click start. Now we're going to go ahead and put in DFU mode just like usual. So hold the power in the home, and now let go of the power and keep holding the home. Alright, and just like this, we are back at the setup screen and checkra1n is completely finished. So go ahead and minimize checkra1n, just get it out of the way. And then we're going to go right into the commands and start with the tutorial. So go ahead and open up tcprelay.py. That's also in my old iCloud bypass package. If you already have the Python launcher, you can just click on it and open it this way. If not, then just click on tcprelay.py and click open with Python launcher. And this is going to go ahead and open up this package right here. Now go ahead and, just like we're used to, easy stuff, just paste this command in here, click enter, and it's just going to go ahead and forward this information. At this point, we can minimize this window. If you get some sort of host verification error, I've covered that in the other videos. Basically, you have to say finder, go to folder, and then type in SSH, and that will allow you to remove the known hosts. But anyways, once we've done that, go ahead and open up a terminal window of your choice. We have this one down here, minimize, so we're going to open up a new one. Go to Shell, new window. I personally like Ocean. It's kind of a cool theme. So just keep that open right there, and now we're just going to continue with the commands. This should all be familiar. We're basically just logging into the localhost, and here we go. This is what I was talking about. Remote host identification has changed. So go ahead and copy this path here, copy, and now go back to go to folder and paste it in. get rid of that and go. And just like this, we have a known host file, so just move that to trash. Now we're going to close this window, go back to terminal, minimize it again, shell, new window, choose your window, and paste the command, no, not that. Paste this command, and click yes. And the password right here is Alpine. So go ahead and type in Alpine. And just like this, we are inside of the phone. So this should all be pretty familiar, but basically once we've done this, we're going to go ahead and do a bunch of different commands. I'm going to walk you through the entire process, so let's get started. The first thing is this one right here. And as you can see, it's a read-only file system. So we're going to go ahead and copy these two commands to make it read-write. These are all steps we've done with previous bypasses, so just go ahead and copy and paste. There we go. Now we're going to try this command again, and it should run no problem. So paste, and just like that, we are in. Now we're going to have to follow these set of instructions. Whenever you see instruction, that means there's something you need to do that's other than a command. So this one says open iTunes, so that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to wait for the activation lock in iTunes. And here we go, activation lock. So now go ahead and quit iTunes. And now we're going to open iFunbox. This is in the bypass package, iFunbox OS X. So go ahead and install that if you don't already have it installed. I already have it installed, so I'm just going to click on it on my dock to open it. And now go to the raw file system and find the photos folder and double click it. And in here, we're going to be dragging a few files. So go back to the bypass package down here, and we're going to drag this file called open. So just drag open into there, and we're also going to drag the first info.plist. So you should have open and an info.plist. If you have that, just go up one level, open the photos folder, and you should see this, and then you'll know you're all set. So now we can minimize iFunbox and go back to the terminal. And we're going to continue with the commands. So copy and paste. There we go. Now copy and paste. And now we're doing the familiar UI cache and killing the backboard. UI cache usually takes a little while, so every time I'm going to type this command, I'll speed up the video just so that it doesn't take forever. And once you see the bash down here and UI cache is completed, then do the backboard command. Paste. This is basically like restart Springboard. It just restarts the device. We can leave it there, that's fine. And this step down here is a really interesting step. We're basically going to be replacing the setup executable with settings, so we can open settings from setup, which I think is pretty neat. So go ahead and paste this command, and then do the same thing with the next one. This is going into the setup directory. Here we're saying goodbye to setup, as you can see, moving it to setup bye-bye. And now we're going to move preferences to setup. So copy and paste, and now we're going to do the UI cache thing again. Copy paste. I'll speed up the video. And now we're going to do the backboard command again. And our device will restart. This time when we open it, check it out, we're in the settings app. At this point, we really know the bypass is coming along, because usually you can't open up setup and go into the settings app. So this is a pretty neat feature right here that we're able to do this, but this is really only the beginning. Let's continue. The next thing we're going to do is follow these instructions here. So press home to open, we just did that, and then make sure you're connected to a Wi-Fi network. I am connected to a network. And now we're going to type in our next command, which is open kjc.loader. And if you get the error that I did like this, permission denied, then there's a chance that maybe you forgot one of the commands. So let's just go back up and look and make sure that we have all the commands. It looks like maybe we forgot this command right here. So I'm just going to go ahead and copy this command, paste. This is basically moving the open file that we put in the Photos app to somewhere where we can use it. So I'm going to do that first. And then we have to give ourselves permission to access it. That's what this command does. Permission to access, okay. And I believe we already did everything else, so let's go ahead and try this command again, and it should be working. Open kjc.loader, copy, and paste. And just like this, we are inside of the loader where we can install Cydia. We have done this step. Let's continue to install Cydia. So just click on Cydia and click on Install. And if we are connected to a Wi-Fi network, then it should download everything, and it may take a few minutes, but I'll be back when it's finished. Alright, and just like that, we got a glimpse of the springboard. That is exactly what's to come. We just installed Cydia, so now we're going to actually open Cydia. Let's keep going. When finished installing Cydia, open iPhone box. We're going to do that. Now we're going to delete this old info.plist. Let's go ahead and delete it. Move it to trash. And now we're going to have to put the next info.plist inside of iPhone box. So go to the second info.plist and put it inside of iPhone box in the same exact location. There we go. Now we're done with the instructions, so we can continue with the commands. We're going to copy the info plist we just put in there into Cydia. So copy, paste. There we go. And now we're going to UI cache and kill the backboard. Okay, now we're going to follow the next instruction, which is to press the home button and stay on settings. And now we're going to go ahead and open Cydia. So copy this command, paste it in here, and just like that, we are inside of Cydia. So this is very important here. It says it in the commands, but I'm just going to say it right now. Do not install any Cydia upgrades. If you install any upgrades, you're going to totally break this bypass, so you can't upgrade anything. That's just the way it is. I tried upgrading it and it didn't work. So don't upgrade things. Just click ignore temporary, and the next thing we're going to do is install a few tweaks. But before we do that, we have to add a repo. So click edit, add. And we're going to do this repo, rpetri.ch/repo. Click add source and wait for it to do its thing. Now click return to Cydia. And now that we have that repo, we can install all of the tweaks we're going to need. So the first one is Activator. This one right here. Click modify, install, and continue queuing. Next one is Apple File Conduit. Install, continue queuing. And the one after this is Filza. We're all very familiar with Filza. We've used it for a lot of things on this channel. So install, and at this point we should have Activator, Apple File Conduit, and Filza in here, and all of the components necessary for these packages. So go ahead and click confirm. Alright, now go ahead and restart the springboard. That's perfectly fine. Alright, this pop-up is totally okay. Click on continue and open the device. And now we're going to continue with some new instructions. So this is the last thing we're going to be doing in iPhone box. Go ahead and delete our second plist, and we're going to put in the third one. So the third one is in the package right here, third info.plist. Go ahead and drag that into iPhone box, just like that. And now we're going to run this next command, which is going to copy it into Filza. So go back to the terminal right here, paste it in, and click enter. And now we're going to have to UI cache and kill the backboard again. I'll be back. Go ahead and ignore this, open, stay right on the screen, and then copy and paste this next command, which is going to open up Filza. Copy, paste, and just like this, we are inside of Filza. The next thing we need to do is go over to Applications, right here, and we're going to find preferences.app. So look down here, preferences.app, and we need to find the info.plist. So go to info.plist, go to I right here, edit, and we're going to add a new item here. Under new item, we're going to type in the name right here, which is SB is launchable during setup. Just like this. Capital S, capital B, capital I, lowercase s, capital L, launchable, capital D during, capital S setup. This code is going to be in the commands file that you can download right here. Says it right here exactly what you need to type in, but I'm just going to show you. SB is launchable during setup. Now we have to change this to a Boolean value and turn on that switch down there. Now we can go back and click save. Done. And now open up info plist one more time and just make sure it's actually in there. SB is launchable during setup. Yes, if you see that, you know we're absolutely all good to go. So once you've done that, we're good with that step. And now we're going to go ahead and open Cydia and install a few more tweaks. So go ahead and copy this command, paste it, and we're going to be back inside of Cydia. Ignore those upgrades again, and now we're going to install a few more tweaks. Sudo is this next one, so go ahead and install sudo. Return to Cydia, and now we're going to install the next one, which is activate command. Activate command right here. Go ahead and install and confirm. Now go ahead and restart the springboard. That is perfectly fine. And if you get just the hello here, that's all good. Go right back into settings. And now we're going to open up Filza again and basically do the same thing we did last time with a different app for the info plist. So I copied and pasted this command. And now instead of preferences.app, we're going to locate the checkerboard.app, which is actually the checkra1n loader app, but we're going to be utilizing this a lot for the bypass. So just keep scrolling down until you find info.plist. And since I already showed this in the last one, and because the code is right here for you, I'm going to speed up the video, and I'll be back when I'm finished to show you what this modification is. Same thing again, SB is launchable during setup. We're going to make this a Boolean, and we're going to turn it on. If yours looks like that, go back, click save, done. Open up the info plist again. See if you can find it. SB is launchable during setup. And just like this, we are all set with that step. So now we're going to open up Cydia and install another thing. So go ahead and copy and paste. We're going to open up Cydia again, ignore the upgrades, search. And this time we're actually going to install another repo. So edit, add. This is the repo udevcheryl.github.io. This is all in the file, the commands file. So just add the source and it's going to update it. Now return to Cydia. And at this point, we're going to need to install one tweak from here, which is something we can search for. It's right here, activator home button crash fix. This is just to prevent a crash that would happen as a result of the bypass. So it's very much important that we install this. So install it and click confirm, restart Springboard. And just like this, we're getting closer and closer. We're almost ready to set our final commands and be fully bypassed, but there's a few more steps we're gonna have to follow. So open up the Fielsa app. And this time we're gonna go to a totally different directory. We're at the slash right now. We're gonna go to etc. and find this file down here, sudoers. Right here. It's a very weird name, but for whatever reason that's what it's called. So just go ahead and open it up with a text editor, and we're looking for one specific line on here that's very important to us. Right here, user privilege specification, and here we see a root equals all, all. Lots of alls, not quite sure why, but apparently that's the way things are. So we're just gonna go underneath there, and there's an empty space, and in that empty space put your cursor right there, and we're going to type the command. I'm going to type it, and just like this, the command is mobile all equals all, no pass wd : all. And again, this will all be down below in the description. Go to appletech752.com, download the bypass package, and it's going to be in the commands. You can find this exact text. So super easy. You can just look at what it is on your computer and then type it in just like this. And once you've done that, all you have to do is click save, cancel, done. And now just go back to sudoers and open with text editor. And we're just going to scroll down and make sure that it's on here. Just like that, we have mobile, all equals all, no password all. That means we're all set. Once you've done that, we're going to go ahead and locate one more file. This one is going to be in library. And once we're in there, we're going to go to preference bundles right here. And now we're going to go to activate command settings.bundle info.plist. And this is literally the exact same thing we did before. We're just going to add a new item, and we're going to name this SB is launchable during setup. Just like that, SB is launchable during setup. Boolean, yes. Edit, info.plist, done. Save all changes, yes. Now we're going to go back and just make sure it is here. SB is launchable during setup, yes. All right, so we're all done with that, and we are getting very close to this bypass. So the next step, we're just going to do the UI cache, kill all backboard again. All right, our device is respringing again. Go ahead and open it up. And now we're going to open up settings. This might seem kind of weird because we're already in settings, but this actually isn't settings. This is the setup, believe it or not. It looks like settings and it is the settings app, but it's actually not settings. So we're going to have to open settings manually by opening the settings app, which will take us to another settings, weirdly enough. And if we scroll down to the bottom of this settings, we'll see activate command and activator, and those two things weren't in the other app. So this is a very important step. Once you have these, that means we're basically all ready to go. So we're in activate command. Now we have to click on activate command. If you see 20 commands in a big list, you're all set. We're just going to put in 3 of them right here. So the first one is super easy. It's just going to be open com.apple.checkerboard and yeah, that's it. Open com.apple.checkerboard. Once we've done that, we need to do the second one. Now this second one is extremely complicated. As you can see in the software package, it is literally 2 lines long. So I'm going to go off camera and just type this in because it would make the video like 5 minutes longer if I waited and typed this entire thing in. But basically, there's the return here, that's not a return, that's just a space. You have to type everything exactly as it is right here, and it should work out totally fine. So I'm going to go ahead and type it in, and I'll be back to show you what it looks like on the device. As you can see right here, autocorrect is trying to correct sudo to Audi for whatever reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but if autocorrect tries to mess with you, then don't let it. Just click on the uncorrect option and continue typing in the commands. Alright, so I just finished typing the command. It definitely took me a while, but I'm going to go ahead and go back to the very beginning and make sure we have it all right. So as you can see here, we have sudo move /application/setup.app /application/setup.bal. Then we have two and symbols. We have UI cache, UICACHE, and open com.apple.checkerboard, double and again, sudo mv /applications/setup.bal /applications/setup.app, and then we should be completely done. Just like that, that is command number 2. Now once you've done that step, it's pretty much easy from here. That was by far the hardest part of the bypass. This next one could not be easier. It's just sudo UI cache. Sudo UI cache. And now that we have these 3 commands, we're done with activate command. So we can go ahead back. And now we're going to go into activator. So there are several things we need to set, but all of them are from anywhere, so we can just click on anywhere. And the first one we need to find is slide in top right. So let's look down for slide in top right here. Go ahead and click on that one. And this one, we're going to have it activate the control center. So that should be much further down here, just like this, activate control center. And from screen top right, click on this and make sure it says activate control center. The next one we're going to do is slide in top left, and this one is going to be activate command 1. So select command 1, top left is command 1, we're all good with that. And now we're going to need to do device is locked and device is unlocked. So that should be further up here. Device locked and device unlocked. So device locked is going to be activate command 3, and device unlocked is activate command 2. So just going to verify that unlocked is going to be command 2, and locked is going to be command 3. Alright, this is very important that you get all these commands right. Once you've set everything in activator, then basically the bypass is done, but there are a few more things we have to do that are very important. The first one is you need to go into display and brightness and go to auto lock and make sure this is on never. This is extremely important because if your device auto locks itself, the commands aren't going to work and you're going to kind of be locked out of the setup screen. So just, it's very important that this is set at never. And the next one is we're going to go back to the computer and we're going to remove all of the contents from iFunbox. So go ahead and delete this and delete that. And this is basically so if we ever want to use the camera, there won't be anything in the Photos application folder right here. And at this point, the bypass is finished, literally. We can swipe from here and go home. Well, not quite. We're going to have to respring. But yeah, let's respring right now. I'm going to restart the springboard. Here we go. Terminal. So kill all backboard D. And just like this, now we can go home and we're on the springboard. Check it out, guys. We are on the home screen, literally. We can open up Filza, go home. We can open up Cydia, go home. We can get the control center from right up here. And as you'll notice, none of the apps work, but I actually have a fix for that. So let's go ahead in Cydia and install that fix right now. So we're gonna go ignore temporary, and we have to add another repo. So edit add, and this repo is in the commands list. It's under the optional page. It's iMadCydia, and then .com, and add source. And this is probably the easiest source ever because there's only one tweak. So you can just go inside that source and install the one tweak, and it's gonna fix all of the apps so that their info p lists work perfectly. So now go ahead into this source, the iMad repo, all packages, fix native apps, bypass, and go ahead and install this, confirm, and it might make us restart the springboard, and in that case we're going to go through the springboard fix so that our device will continue working, but let's just make sure. Just like this, we're back home. Oh, and just like this, all of our apps are working. Go home on the top. Now go into health, go home, go into FaceTime. FaceTime isn't working quite yet. Some of them are working. We've got photos, we've got camera. Looks like for whatever reason, camera doesn't want us to go home, but it will take pictures. There we go. Now we're gonna go home from there. We got the weather, not quite. News. So yeah, this is not a perfect fix. It only fixes some of them, but Safari works. We're gonna go to apple.com and we're gonna load a web page right here, just like this. We can go to YouTube. We can go into messages. Music isn't quite working yet. So basically, as you can see, this fixes half of the apps. There are still some that don't work. So what we need to do for those other ones is go into applications here and find the one that you're looking for. So for example, display cal.app, that would be the calendar. If you go back here, you can look at mobile phone.app. This is the phone. And here you'll have the info.p list. You can look at mobile timer.app and go in here and you'll find the info.p list. So basically you just need to find all of your apps that you want. They're pretty easy to find in here. Utilities, trust me, all these different things correspond to apps. You basically just have to figure out which one it is, go inside and change the info.p list. Let's look at one more here, Passbook. As you can see, I believe Passbook was not working. So go ahead into the info p list and we're gonna have to add in SB is launchable during setup, and then that will fix it 100% and you'll be able to open all of your applications. But for now, basically we're just on the home screen. And just one note, if you lock your device, it's going to open and you might be like, I'm pressing the home button and it's not doing anything. Well, guess what? All you need to do is lock it one more time. Now open it up and press the home button and it's going to work fine and go straight to the springboard. So yeah, that's basically it. If you install any tweaks from Cydia, then you will need to go through the respring fix procedure. There are commands for that in the software package, so just follow those commands and you'll be all set. And last thing, do not restart or power off your device, because if you restart, then you're going to lose the jailbreak, because checkra1n is a semi-tethered jailbreak. And that means that the tweaks like activator and activate command aren't going to work anymore. So basically the bypass is going to have some issues. And you might be able to fix that with a re-jailbreak. I haven't fully tested it yet, but just to be on the safe side, don't restart or power off. Just leave your device turned on and use it as it is. Go home, go to all the apps you want, browse the web, do whatever you want to do. This is your go home. This is your control center, and that's the bypass. It's a pretty awesome way to get into your device and use it on iOS 13.3. If you like this video, please give it a huge thumbs up and go subscribe to my channel and Exploited's channel. I will have a link down below for that in the description. He needs more followers, and also I will have links to all of the Twitters for myself and the other people who worked on this bypass. Go ahead and follow us if you haven't already, and until next time, peace out.